Gruß aus dem schönen Frankenland. Wie schön. Das ist ja klasse. Ich komme aus Bremen. Ich bin gebürtiger Bremer. Und wir sind dann nach Verden an der Aller gezogen, meine Mutter und ich, nachdem sich meine Eltern gesplittet haben. Und dann bin ich in Verden zur Schule gegangen. Bin dann alleine nach Berlin gezogen für 3 Jahre, nach Neukölln in den Südteil der westlichen Stadt. Das war 2 Jahre, nachdem die Mauer gefallen war. War eine tierische Atmosphäre damals in Berlin auch, so gerade nach dem Umbruch. Und ich habe in einer Firma gearbeitet, die hieß damals Geier Berlin. Das war eine Firma, die hat Filmnegative entwickelt und Kopien gemacht für sowas wie Jurassic Park, für die deutsche Distribution. Und da habe ich eine Lehre gemacht als Film- und Video-Engineer. Und dann bin ich nach Hamburg gezogen für 5 Jahre. Und nach Hamburg bin ich dann, das war eine Firma in Studio Hamburg. Und danach bin ich nach London gezogen. Von 99 bis 2012. Und dann bin ich nach Amerika gezogen, nach Florida. Unglaublich. Unglaublich. Yes, so many German people here. If you didn't know this, I have a German channel actually, and I've started making some tutorials in German. Brian, if you find that link, do dig it out. I don't think I have a shortcut for that. And now in the USA, so I've traveled quite a bit. I was just saying, for those of you who don't speak German, I've just given a little wrap of where I've moved to in Germany and how I ended up in the US. But you know that story, so I'm not going to tell you again. It's cool. It's cool. Yes, but it's really nice to see so many people from Germany watching. And there is a localization in the works for the new DAZ studio. From what I hear, that is something that they want to put in, which is partly why it takes so long, that they want to have localized versions of DAZ studio. Thank you. The channel's name is called Bei Köln Rechts, which is a terrible name, but I had to call it something. So I might actually call it something else at one point. Could do tactics. I could do that. Just WPguru DE. That might actually fit better. Shall I do that? That might be better. Excellent. Thank you so much. I didn't know you guys, so many of you were from Germany. I had no idea. That is really, really cool. Yeah, so I've started, whenever I make tutorials, it's often relatively easy once you've rehearsed it and once you've got the setup there, it's relatively easy then to just re-record it in German. But what I have real trouble with is the technical language that I've only ever learned in English, that I really have no idea what it's called, like subdivision, is there a German word for that? Asymmetry morphs, asymmetrische morphs, maybe? So I'm going to have to really think and make it up, so they're often a little bit slower. So one of those things. And another funny story I'll tell you is that when I learned English, I learned that from pretty much like Camilla and many other Europeans. We learn this by watching American television. And because there's so much more American television and American movies out there than British ones, or it's easier to get a hold of these things, we usually pick up an American accent. And that is, of course, what happened to me as well. So I spoke totally American when I moved to London in 99. So everyone in London, in the post-production company that I worked for, which is Todd.AO, opposite, that's in Camden in London. It's very central by the Camden Lock, by the Camden Markets, very nice place. And it's right opposite the MTV studios, which I then also subsequently started working for later. It's kind of cool. So they all thought I was from America. And they thought, what's an American guy doing here? I mean, this is awesome to have you and your expertise. And I said, I'm not actually from America. And they were all really surprised to hear that. So when I moved there, I was completely American. And then as I lived there, my accent has completely changed into British. And that is not something that I consciously did. So it just kind of happened. Weird stuff. Right. So Sebastian, that is, I think the saving grace that the Denglish is something that most Germans understand. So that if I throw in English words into my Denglish, then you guys will get it anyway. So that's kind of cool. Hectics, same here. This is also where I picked up a lot of my English in my younger years when I played English text adventures like the Infocom things and the Magnetic Scrolls. There were no German versions of that out there, so you kind of had to learn English. Good point. English. I remember my granddad was really unhappy when he would read a newspaper and the headline would be like, 7 words, 5 of them would be some Americanized version that no one would understand if you didn't know what it was. So it's crazy stuff. How funny. So yes, I'll go and rename Bei Köln Rechts to WPguru DE. Let's do that. That's, I think if anything's come out of this stream, aside from Lilith 9 beta version, that is what we're going to do. In fact, let me just go and put a little poll out. I wish my mods could do that, but that is not something that YouTube allows. I'll let you make the final decision. It's always good to do these polls. Certainly, 95% of people are totally in favor of me renaming that channel. I will totally do that. And the thing is also, it's interesting to do it now because I've just passed 100 subscribers, and I don't know if you know this, but YouTube gives you some benefits depending on the number of people that subscribed on your channel. And 100 is a big milestone because it means you get to pick a vanity URL for the channel. And if you lock that in, I think that's going to be kind of locked in. You can change it, but you can then give out something like youtube.com/WPGuruDE, so, or something else. I'm glad 20 people believe I should, 19 people believe I should rename it. That's good. It's good to know. And did we make a decision on the mid shot? Nate says full body. Seb says Dusty one. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. So maybe we should make another poll then, because we couldn't quite decide. So first of all, I'm going to rename my channel to wpguru.de or de, something like that. I will do that. Let's make another poll and say, how shall Jay render the full body version? Mid shot or full body shot? Do let me know, because, you know, I'll do what you tell me. 65% say we should go for the mid shot for this one here. I have to say, I like that better as well. That is my personal preference, just because you can see a little bit more of the skin. Did I dial in the belly button? I think I haven't. I shall do that forthwith.